You're live. We're live.
Hello, and this is Sacred Brand Strategy, where we help you align who you really are with your brand and your business. I'm Chantilly, and I do brand strategy, I do astrology, I do tarot, and I use all those things to help you have a business that fits who you are and your unique message.
And hi, thank you for having me. I'm Andrea Corbett. I'm a trauma informed identity coach. And with identity coaching, I use human design, gene keys, with a sprinkle of astrology. And I'm also an AI business strategist. So put it all together, I'm able to help the person to with self, strategy, and systems.
All right, and we are um we are gonna jump right in and get going with the card of the day. That's gonna kind of see what give us the vibe of what this live is gonna be like. All right, so I got my this is one of the first decks that I ever got, my mermaid deck.
Okay.
So I had to order it again because something happened to the first deck. I got this back in 19. It's like no, not that long ago, but I
Oh,
got it.
that's a long time ago.
No, but I got this probably like back in 2015, 2016, and I
Oh wow.
always missed it. So I'm so happy to finally have it again. So what is the energy of today? What is the energy of today? Okay, the Queen of Wands, Queen of and the Queen of Wands with the Pentacles.
Okay,
Okay,
that means.
this means this is like the Queen of Wands is really connected to, I would say, Scorpio, because Scorpio is ruled by it's a water sign, right? But it's a water sign that's ruled by two very fiery planets. So it's ruled by Mars, which is masculine and fiery, but it's also ruled by K2, or the south node of the moon, which is even more fiery than Mars. So even though it's a water sign, this is connected to wands because wands are connected to fire. So
Okay,
fire and water is perfect for this episode. All right, and
excellent.
this is just about making business choices, making business decisions. The two of Pentacles. All right. Money decisions.
That's definitely in alignment with today then.
Yeah. All right. How was this week for you?
Gosh, this I am actually a bit tired today, but it's all for the good. So this weekend I was at an event called the Mind Body Spirit Festival, and I live in London, and this was held in Birmingham, and so it was like about a 3 hour drive from where I live. So the premise of this is that you had people doing crystals, cards, tarot, aura reading. I was there for the human design aspect of it. So I was there to do and talk about my human design work that I do, and I literally spoke to over 200 people. So that's increased my email list. So on the business side, but on the confidence side, it's really boosted me to know that this is something that I enjoy doing. All I kept on hearing, your energy, your energy, your energy, and it was lighting me up. I loved every moment of it. So I was there. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you can imagine what my throat was like. I was just like literally talking non-stop and giving mini readings for people to explain about what their body graph is saying about, not saying about them, but it's over there, the manifesting generator, reflector, manifester, or a generator. And reflectors are like 1% of the population, and I had 5 reflectors, and so I was able to give them some merchandise, and it was just a beautiful moment. I met some great people, and on the Sunday when I was packing up and leaving, I got a gift from one of my neighbors, the lady that did she did crystals, and she gave me a, oh my god, what's it called? Moldite. Is it?
Molodite. Mm-hmm.
Crystal, yeah. So that's supposed to be really like powerful, transformative, and so I'm looking forward to charging that, getting used to that, and using that because it's something that you got to be ready for apparently. So I'm ready.
All
So
right.
that's literally my I say my weekend, but it started from Thursday, but the beginning of the week was preparing for the weekend. So yeah, it's been all good.
Okay. All right. That sounds like that's so fun to like be able to get out and get around people like minded people and just have your
Mhm.
energy bounce off each other and so my week. So for about a week, I've been having like back pain. So I've been trying to see the good side of it. So I feel like it's like God telling me, okay, you just need to sit down because I know that I'm going a rebirth process, especially with this being Scorpio season and me being a Scorpio. So I know that I've had my because I have a stellium in Scorpio too. So I have my solar return, my Venus return is today. You know, I have just a lot of
Wow.
planets in Scorpio, so it's a lot of change and transition going on in my life, and I had to be able to just sit down and be able to reflect and think on a lot of things. With that being said, so that's really what I've been going on with me for the past week, and just been able to see where I've come from and then seeing what I need to let go of and
Mm.
the new starts that I need to make. And I didn't really notice until I just had to just sit down and like I'm almost in like time out a little bit. Like till I just had to sit down and really think of all the strides I made and everything and to see like okay now I know I can stop this, I can let this go, just like I was talking about like yesterday, like you know when things just aren't in alignment with where you are anymore, and when it's time to just go ahead and let things go and start your new phase, start your new season. So that's where I am right now. So
And that's so
being
in
able to
alignment.
sit down, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, so in alignment we're going to talk about. Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful.
So did you want to start or?
I don't mind.
We're gonna both talk about what's going on with this new moon on November 20th in Scorpio. Like we said in the beginning, Andrea does human design, and
Yeah.
you said a little sprinkle of astrology, a little sprinkle.
Sprinkle. The reason why it's a sprinkle of astrology for anybody that knows human design, obviously human design combines the Kabbalah, the I Ching, chakras, genetics because it uses your location, date, and time of birth, and then astrology. So I do know a bit about astrology, but next year is my year to learn a bit more. But that's where the sprinkle of astrology comes into it.
Right. So I'm learning from Andrea what the gates in human design mean.
Yeah.
So this really interesting for me, and so I know you said that the for this new moon in Scorpio we're in the 14th gate.
Yeah, so gate 14 came in to transit is a transited from since yesterday. So we're gonna go through for the new moon and still be in gate 14. So the moon and the sun will be in gate 14 on Thursday. It's first. I'm in the UK, so it's
Right.
first. Yeah,
That's Thursday,
and
the
so
20th.
pardon? I'll say.
Can
What
you
you
hear me?
say? Yeah, yeah. So the gate 14 is the gate of power skills. So I'm gonna turn this down because I can hear myself echoing. So the gate 14 is the gate of power skills, and I've got my notes because there's 64 gates to learn, and so still in the process. So the 64 gates actually come from the foundation of the I Ching. So the I Ching has 64 hexagrams, which in turn kind of like not translates, but can be translated in the gene key in sorry in the human design form as gates. And in gene keys, there are 64 gene keys. So 64 is the number in I Ching, human design, and gene keys. Just FYI. So for the core theme for the Gate of Power Skills is about using your personal energy and resources to create a sustainable prosperity. So when we talking about like you're talking about what you're going to leave behind, what you want to take forward, it is about your energy and making sure that you or ensuring that you have the right energy, your right personal energy to create this the resources that you need and the sustainable prosperity that you need. So this gate's kind of like asking, what am I giving my energy to, and is it truly aligned to who I am, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or even who I want to be? And it's really got time to like that whole reflection on the gate of power skill. What are my power skills? Am I using my power skills in the right way? So it's not about obviously because we both do business. So it's not about hustling harder, but it's knowing what is worth your energy, um, and that will keep you like will then bear the prosperity and the abundance. So how I see it is, I say impact over income. Am I putting my energy creating the right impact that will then in turn make the income? So for example, the weekend for me, that was the right place for me to put my energy. Although I sold a few packages, but that wasn't my point. It was about putting my energy out there. People can see what I'm doing, feel my energy, and then now when I send emails out, that will hopefully turn around into income. So that's how there's obviously more, but I'll start with that and then we can um, talk a bit further about how it aligns with what you're going to say about the new moon.
That really connects with the Queen of Wands. When I pull it out, the Queen of Wands likes making money, but making money is fun to her. Like
Mm.
she like making money is not something like you said. It's not a hustle thing. It's not a what do I do? What I do. It's not a work hard till I burn myself out type of energy with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands
Yeah.
is magnetic.
Hmm.
That about the Queen of Wands, she's her energy is she likes to make money. Making money is fun. She always has money. You know, she's not trying to do a lot of things.
Mm.
Um, did I go out for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the nakshatra that this new moon is going to be in, which is Jishta, is ruled by Mercury.
Okay.
And Mercury represents our skills, right?
Mm.
And Mercury is also going to be retrograde with the new moon, reflecting on our skills, reflecting on our skills that we're just innately powerful in. You know,
Mm.
where we don't have to go out and find these skills outside of us. It's what is already a part of our identity. Us.
And what I'm actually looking at in front of me is prosperity comes from honoring your natural gifts.
Yeah. 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 It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of the divine feminine, part of the divine feminine energy and knowing like going out and hustling and working hard. It's going to be times where you do have to um work hard and tap into your masculine side, divine masculine side to
Mm.
do that. But overall, the energy of divine feminine
Yeah.
to hustle that I just keep having that that hustle. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. That's when you're in your feminine energy. You're attracting and you're just being, and that's what brings the abundance. It's not a whole lot of. It's not any worrying. Any like. spreading yourself thin, like I was talking about yesterday. No having trying to prove yourself to anything or anyone, not even yourself.
Yeah. Can I just add there, because you spoke about the feminine. So in human design, we have this thing called the harmonic gate. So the harmonic gate of 14 is actually gate 2, which is feminine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it,
What is
it a lot.
you said
Pardon?
harmonic? What?
So the harmonic gates, so basically they form together. So when they form together, they create a channel. So they harmonize together.
Okay.
Yeah. So gate 2 is about the inner orientation, the intuitive guidance, purpose led living, and so it comes together with 14 really well.
Yeah.
It basically amplifies gate 14. So gate 14 provides the energy, and then gate 2 provides the direction.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then for me, and so what happens in our human design chart, we all have 26 gates, so 13 on your personality side and 13 on your design side. But we all have all 64 gates throughout the year. If you think of the transits, the transits move every 6 days. Yes, and so every 6 days we go into a new gate, X 6 days or so. And so that means now, if I don't have gate 14 in my chart, but I have gate 2. So now our gate 14 is here. Now gate 14 and 2 are harmonized together. So now I now have the energy for gate 14, because it's the collective energy.
Okay.
And then I also have the energy of gate 2. So I need to see how I'm working with this energy for the next few days and to make it work in my favor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, keep learning new stuff.
So everybody right now has, if you don't have gate 14 in your human design chart, you have it in as the collective. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So did you have anything else anything else you
There
wanted to
are other
share
things, but
about?
I feel like as you start talking, there's probably
Okay.
more things that will come to mind.
Okay. So where I was saying, a lot of this I talked about in my live yesterday, but so the main thing that I was getting from this new moon, and um, and it does have a lot to do with what you're talking about with wealth, but is understanding our self worth on a deeper level. Like, what could be keeping us from moving and walking in our self worth at the highest energy possible, and doing the shadow work behind, like, what is affecting my self worth. And from a business level, if your self worth isn't in the right place, then your sales are not going to be in the right place, right?
Mhm.
So that's something that we really have to understand. I don't know if you can hear that, but my mom was making a shake, so
Yeah. I wonder what that was.
just so you know, she's just trying to stay healthy.
Can't complain about that, right? Can we?
Okay, so um, yeah, so it has a lot to do with understanding the shadow of self worth, anything that could be holding us back, and then also
Hmm.
even more sense because what did you say about things being about power and the power you already have?
Yeah, so like basically not going out, not forcing it. So everything is within. Well, let me find the exact words that I said. I'm also looking at gate 14 teaches us that our energy is our greatest currency. We invest, where we invest it determines the return. So that's another. And then what I actually said before was prosperity comes from honoring your natural gifts.
Right, Right,
Yeah.
right. So I was telling my story about how I got into branding. I knew I needed to shift from sacred brand strategy to this. I hope I said that right. Hello, thank you in the chat.
Hey.
So, um, how I got into brand strategy from knowing that I wanted to help people be create brand strategies that were in alignment with who they really are.
Mhm,
Um, Going from just doing tarot readings and seeing how they helped me so much understand who I really was, and then getting into astrology and seeing how that kept unlocking parts of me and helping me understand myself better. And then, doing career readings and helping people understand, like the type of business to get into, the type of career to get into, and then people being like, well, now I know what I should do. I need a strategy to help me get there, and that's
mhm,
how I got into helping people do brand strategies. So that all that was already in me, and then I went through another strong transformation last year and in the beginning of this year, which helped me understand I needed to go deeper within myself again and see how I could create something that was even more in alignment with what I am. And that's why I switched from sacred brand strategy to sanctuary of the divine feminine, because it helped me better to lead with helping people and myself understand more of what the divine feminine energy is, and um, leading with divination, and then get into the strategy, because that's me.
yeah.
That's naturally helps me sit into more of who I am, and that's
That
basically what I was doing anyway. So
yeah, that makes so much sense. And then when I align what I'm doing this, especially this week, with the gate 14 and the power skills, like I've this weekend, and I said those that missed it, I did the Mind Body Spirit Festival where I was able to talk to over 200 people about the work I do in human design, and that's showing me where I can put where I need to put my natural gift, my natural energy into that and doing that work. And so even with myself, when I spoke about doing like helping people with self, which will be the human design and the gene keys, and even my trauma work, but I like to combine my strategy work as well, and then I have an agency where I can help people with their systems, and so that's where I want to put my energy. Whereas, as you know, before I was doing this, and I still do a bit of everything, but it feels more aligned. It feels like my where I'm going to be putting my energy feels like it's not overwhelming me. It just feels so succinct because when I was talking to people this weekend, they were showing me that it makes sense. And so in return, that gave me the confidence to know, right, that was kind of like my market research on if I'm going to, where am I going to put my power skills? These are my power skills, and this is where I'm going to put it. Yeah.
right, right. So it's so powerful that the nakshatra is in is Jester, which is ruled by Mercury, which is ruled by business, and
Mm,
then Mercury actually going to be with the new moon, conjunct the new moon in retrograde, which is just allows us to really think about like where is my natural skills, and making our businesses and our brands, even if you don't have a business and just your life, making it more, making the outside match what's going on inside. The closest, doing it the closest that we can. It's really gonna help us go up to a new level, and it's really part of that transformation rebirth. So we can see this is not what's going on outside. It's not I can let that die and just keep evolving, keep shedding the skin into something
100%. Yeah.
more of who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so looking forward to using I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, but I keep forgetting what's even the molder is it Moldavite?
Moldavite.
Right? Moldavite, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So the Moldavite, I'm really looking forward to using this because that's all that is. I'll just show you what it looks like. Can you see that? Go. So you see that?
Mhm. Oh, my eyes is bad. So
So
yeah, that's pretty.
yeah, so I need to activate it and do my thing with it. But I'm looking forward to activating and working with this and to transform. I'm ready for that. The gift, the lady, when the lady gave it to me, she said, "I saw all the work that you was doing over the weekend, and should I just feel the need to tell you you're ready, whatever it is that." And I have never spoken to her, so she's like, whatever it is that you feel you're not ready for, if especially in your business, you're ready. Like, we've been watching you all weekend, and we just feel your energy that you're ready for this now. And I was like,
Right.
okay.
And that's why it's so good to be in a group of people who are like minded. You know, everyone is all them people are really working on intuition. So everyone's following their intuition, and she's helping you, and and being ready to do what you feel like you might not be ready for. That's what Scorpio and just the that's what it has with being able to face your fears so you
Mm,
can get to your seat of power. You know, because you have to really connect with your shadow self to go. You have to go through the transformation of, doing what you might be afraid to do, facing trauma that you might be afraid to trace or to face, or things from the past, habits, mindset, to just being as honest with yourself as you can, and knowing, even though uh, I might I might have to be honest about things I might not want to be honest about with myself.
mhm.
At the end of this, I'm going to be more in alignment with who I am, and you'll be closer to having that power and to living and walking in the power that we already have. And it's like, so a lot of us are afraid of ourselves almost in a way.
100%.
So,
Because even when I read, so when I spoke about, like, you have the I Ching, which has hexagrams, and the 14th hexagram is about, it's fire over water, sorry, fire over heaven, and it's possession in great measures. Yeah. And then you've got the quarter mutation, which is the purpose fulfilled through transformation. So it all, like, for me personally, with the lady giving me that crystal, us doing this live, which is something I've never done before, it's all
right.
transforming myself into who I'm becoming. That the woman I saw, I can be her now.
Mhm.
I'm ready to be her. And then gate 14 is in the sacral center, so the sacral center is all about our energy, the life force, our life work, and so it's really amplifying that even more so, um for the next, what, 5 days or so. So which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mars does represent our life force too. So,
Yeah.
um,
So
wow.
yeah, so that for me is basically, obviously I can go into more detail, but I feel if we just stick to the one gate, which is gate 14, because you know
Yeah.
me, I could go down rabbit holes of so many
What is
different
it? You
things.
said it's fire. You said gate 14 is fire over heaven?
Yeah, in the hexagram, so in I Ching.
Okay, now I don't know nothing about
Oh yeah,
that. So I
that's
need
on
to.
the whole. But one other thing, so if we spoke about the I Ching, which is fire over heaven, and then the human design is gate 14, which is power skills. Then Gene Keys, it goes from shadow to gift. So the shadow of Gene Key 14 is compromise. So what does that mean? So you have to contemplate these words. So people give energy to the wrong thing. So they compromise, whether it be a job, a relationship, habits that drain their life force.
Mhm.
And then the gift. So when they're in their shadow, that's when you know you're compromising, and then you go on a journey to your gift, and that is the ability to so it's competence, so having the ability to channel energy into what is worthwhile and multiplying those results. And then you've got, so it goes shadow, so you've got shadow, gift,
Uh-huh.
and siddhi, which is like the highest. So siddhi is siddhi, and that is your higher state, and that is bountiness. So basically, prosperity that flows to support the greater whole. So when we're competent, we can multiply our results. And it's basically, if you look at it in terms of money, when you become a billionaire, a millionaire, you can then not just cater for your own family, you can start giving back. You can start, even not even when you get billionaire, millionaire, but when you've got enough money for yourself, you can start to share it with others and become a philanthropist and do all the, but you can't do that if you're compromising your work, if you're compromising yourself for things that are not satisfying you, things that are draining your energy. You're not gonna make the income that you can make and help others.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So, and this, regardless whether you're in business or you're just, you go to you have a career, you go to work. I know sometimes life be life and we just be doing things because we have to do things, but where possible, because I know we know where the world they're living in now, where possible, if you don't have to compromise, if you can, try and do things that are aligned with your energy, that's the best way forward. But I know it's not, and I'm not sitting here saying, it's all possible, but I know it's not always, but where possible.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So you're saying the shadow of gate 14, you're compromising and doing things that go against your energy. But when
Mm.
you focus your energy on things that are more in alignment with who, like your power, like who you are or your power gifts,
Mhm.
you multiply your wealth and your energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you go to the higher state, that multiplication, it's just infinity basically.
So that makes me think of, okay, so Scorpio is in the same axis with Taurus. Taurus represents your individual resources, um, and Scorpio represents shared resources or shared income. So, so you have to make sure that you are still, even if you're doing something where you're working with a group of people, um, you still can't lose your individuality. You still have to be yourself in order to really add to the group, right? So you still have to focus your energy on what's in alignment with you. So when you reach the highest level, you can still be able to share resources with everyone.
It's a bit like what we're doing here. We're sharing our resources to support someone to learn human design, gene keys, and astrology with yourself. Do you know what I mean? And the tarot. So it's effectively what you've just been saying.
Right, right.
Yeah.
This is yeah, this is helpful for me to be able to understand. Like basically, you just teach just teaching me human design. So
And I think
so I
like we
really
could, this
appreciate
is something that we could do like on a regular, like on the new moon and the full moon to, educate even more so.
on my channel until we build up our the
Yeah, I'm happy to
generations
do
with
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking that's what I was thinking when we was like, well, let's just go on my channel, and I was like, why don't we just keep going on my channel?
Listen,
It's fine with me.
I just guide people to the link. It's for me. It's not when it's on your channel. It's not going to do. I'm here for the collective. That whole
Right,
make
and
it
it's so in
impact.
alignment with Scorpio, which is like share.
Yeah, and then I don't have to put the energy in doing anything on my page. You know what I mean? Like, let's put the energy. It's that your page is already set up. Let's put the energy there while I could be doing other things.
Right.
Yeah,
All right, we just made it. We made. Wait, hold on. We just made the decision. We just made the decision.
there you go.
Not us making the decision on live.
There you go. No time like the present, as they say.
All
Oh
right,
gosh,
so
I think that's our cue to exit now.
I don't. Basically what I wanted to share, and as we move forward, we'll have like more things to share, more things to talk about. We kind of just wanted to make this is our first time. This is my first time going live with someone else, and so we just wanted to see how it was going to work. So I really like this format and
Me
how
too.
easy it is.
Yeah.
So
No, just keep following this space. What I spoke about earlier about doing more work around self strategy and systems, which is building your business by your design. Um, yeah, there's other going to be other things that I'm going to be talking about as well. So like because over the weekend I had parent and like well mothers and daughters come into the show, and it was something that they wanted to know more about how to utilize and the different energies in the household, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to be. But my main focus is going to be build your business by your design.
and
Yeah.
where can people find you?
So my name's Andrea Corbett, and I'm mainly on Instagram. So my on Instagram is Andrea Corbett, and you see me with a double bicep because I am a former British champion bodybuilder. Like I don't know if you can see my trophies up there. That is why, because I always get why what what's with the. That's why.
Right, right.
And then one more thing,
Okay.
can I just add, just to leave some? I've got a few journal prompts here that might be useful for. So for the new moon questions in line to gate 14, what am I giving my energy to that no longer feels aligned? And where am I compromising? Where does my energy flow most naturally? And what kind of work feels deeply satisfying and energizing? So this new moon in terms of gate 14 is asking you to calling back your energy, reclaiming your gifts, and redirecting your life force into work that nourishes you and prospers you so that you can then put like your cup is basically overflowing so you can then support other people. So that's basically what I would leave everybody with. And I feel like that kind of that whole new moon, new you, new start is that whole being able to look at things in a new light.
Yeah. Those are some good ones. Those are some
Yeah.
good ones. I'm gonna have to go back over those.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so like I'm mainly on YouTube. You can find me here. Look, you can look out for shorts that I'll start back doing on the daily, just so we can follow the trances of the moon and the moon phase and where it's at, so we you can find me here on YouTube for right now. Hope everyone has a powerful new moon.
But thank you for having me. Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Oh yeah.